The art of the shoulder season fire. There is a specific kind of magic found in the transitional months. Those weeks in mid-spring and late autumn when the weather can't quite make up its mind. We call it shoulder season, that fickle stretch where you wake up to a silver frost on the lawn but find yourself opening the windows to a warm breeze by 2 p.m. for the high sun. For the wood stove owner, this is a unique tactical window. It is not the deep, bone-chilling cold of January that requires a relentless 24/7 furnace-like output. Instead, these are the days of the one-and-done fire, a quick, hot burst of energy designed to take the edge off a chilly morning or a damp, drizzly October evening. The morning chill versus the afternoon sun. In early April, the house often feels like a cold cave at 6 a.m. The thermal mass of your home has surrendered its heat into the night, and while the forecast promises 65 by noon, that doesn't help you in the dark early when you're nursing a cup of coffee in a fleece sweater and your eye scans for a blanket. This is where the wood stove outshines any HVAC system. The flicking on of a heat pump or a furnace feels like a commitment, a mechanical groan that dries out the air and lacks soul. But the shoulder season fire is an event. You aren't looking for a bed of coals that will last 8 hours. You're looking for a swift, intense release of thermal energy. The goal is simple: to get the stove up and operating temperature fast, use smaller splits, dried kindling, and maybe 2 medium pieces for a fast-burning species like birch, pine, or poplar. You want surface area. By the time the stovetop is radiating its deep, penetrating heat, the house is stabilized, the dampness is gone, and your mind is centered. By the time the fire burns down to a few glowing embers, the sun is high enough to take over the heavy lifting. The October rain. On the other end of the year, we face the autumn shoulder. This isn't about the frost, it's about the soak, that steady October rain that seems to migrate through the walls and settle into our bones. There is a psychological component to the shoulder season fire that is just as important as the physical warmth. When the sky is a flat, unrelenting gray, the sight of a flickering flame through the stove glass changes the atmosphere of the home. It is a warmth for the mind. It signals that despite the falling leaves and encroaching winter, the hearth is ready. Efficiency without waste. One of the best things about these short, hot fires is their efficiency. Because you aren't trying to maintain a long-term burn, you don't have to worry about dampening down the stove, restricting airflow, and smoldering the wood, which is exactly what leads to creosote buildup and smoke. In the shoulder season, you can run the stove wide open. You let the wood consume quickly and cleanly. This keeps the chimney cleaner and uses remarkably less fuel. You might find that a single armload of wood lasts a day or two when you're only lighting a fire for 2 hours in the morning. Furthermore, those conscious of their utility bills, the wood stove is a hero. It uses a small amount of electricity, providing a silent, radiant heat that doesn't involve fans blowing dust around or compressors cycling off. It is the purest form of climate control we have. Lessons from the hearth. Learning to master the shoulder season fire makes you a better wood operator. It teaches you about draft, how a cold chimney might be a bit stubborn on a 45-degree morning compared to a 10-degree night. It teaches you the value of your ugly, those twisted, small, and odd-shaped pieces that don't stack well but catch fire instantly. So tomorrow morning, when you see the mist rising off the grass and feel that familiar nip in the air, don't reach for the thermostat. Head for the wood pile, grab a handful of thin splits, open the air bypass, and light a match. By the time the sun hits the roof, your house will be a sanctuary, your coffee will still be warm, and you'll be ready to face the day, long before the world outside has even thawed. The shoulder season isn't a time to put your stove to sleep. It is the time to enjoy it at its most nimble and rewarding. Noel Patonsu, www.smokelesschimney.com.